One estimate suggests a third of the population knew about or suspected the genocide, though the figure may well be higher. But whether that meant acceptance of the argument is much more open to doubt. Few Germans could be unaware of the smothering embrace of anti Semitic propaganda associated with the shift to genocide. During the middle years of the war, the public was bombarded with official material on the Jewish threat. In November 1941, Goebbels ordered a small black leaflet with a Jewish Star of David and the words Germans, this is your deadly enemy, sent out with the weekly ration cards. Posters that winter explained that the Jews wanted this war in order to destroy Germany. Millions of wall posters and pamphlets repeated the message. A Handbuch der Judenfrage, handbook on the Jewish question, sold 330,000 copies. A booklet produced by Goebbels' ministry in autumn 1941 on the war aims of world plutocracy, based on Kaufmann's Germany Must Perish, had a print run of 5 million. Yet the evidence of the extent to which the German public believed the propaganda and used it to justify the war in their minds remains ambiguous. There is no shortage of quotations from diaries or correspondence to show that a fraction, certainly among party members, but also among the military, did absorb as true the struggle against a Jewish world enemy. A typescript written in 1944 by Georg Mackensen, a senior civil servant who had not joined the party, reveals the extent to which the culture created by the regime of German versus Jew could become embedded in popular perceptions of the war. This war is no ordinary war, waged for dynasties or fought to gain territories. No, it is a struggle between two opposing ideologies, between two races. Here we have Aryans, there Jews. It is a fight for the survival or extinction of our Occidental civilization. On the other hand, there is wide evidence of skepticism, uncertainty, even hostility over the regime's Jewish policies, and, by implication, of the claim that the war was a just war against the Jewish world enemy rather than a conventional war of defense against real enemies. A reserved attitude towards the master narrative did not exclude anti Semitic sentiment or a desire to profit from Jewish exclusion, or a state of indifference to the fate of the Jews, which was widespread, but it did indicate that Hitler's view of the war as typically Jewish was not readily endorsed. The two approaches came together only in the final years of the war, when the remorseless propaganda claim that if the war was lost, the Jews would take a frightful revenge was believed more readily as the Allied bombing intensified and the Red Army drew nearer, but these fears were largely dictated by firm or partial knowledge of what Hitler's Germany had already done to Europe's Jews, rather than a late acceptance of the theory of a world Jewish conspiracy.